Oops, I think I might have screwed something up here. Well, hello everyone. I hope this is working. I just was going to mess around with those funny filters, and now I can't get that to go away. And I don't have a funny filter on my face, but yeah. So hello, welcome to Facebook Live. I'm guessing that you're here to watch me make a super cute project. Maybe you've seen it. Maybe you haven't, but either way, oh, I might have figured out how to get rid of those things. Okay, yes, now I can see your guys' comments. Sometimes technology and me really don't get along. Sometimes I feel like, well, not that I'm too old to figure it out, but sometimes I don't know. It takes my brain a little bit longer to figure stuff out. So that's what I was having some troubles with. So I was going to do, in fact, let's just see if we can, because the delay on this is it's about 12 seconds or something. Let's see. Here's a cat. What does that do? Oh, there's a cat by me. Isn't that cute? What's this? Happy New Year. No. Isn't this cute? This is one of the projects that I'm going to be making for you guys today. I designed this yesterday. It is an adorable little treat box that holds 4 mini Reese's peanut butter cups, and we're going to make it. I designed it from scratch, so it is my own original design of the box. So I'm excited to share that with you guys a little bit later. I'm trying to think what I need to talk about. Oh, we have a winner from last week that I'll talk about in a few minutes. Wait till more people get on. So maybe she'll be on here. So when she hears that she's a winner, she'll be excited about that. In case you guys were not aware, every year Stampin' Up! Brings out 5 new in colors, and then they retire 5 in colors that had been here for a couple of years. So the 2018-2020 in colors are going to be retired at the end of the catalog period, which will be like June 2nd or 3rd. I can't remember the exact date. Maybe it's the 1st. It might be June 1st. Anyway, the colors that are retiring are Pineapple Punch, Blueberry Bushel, Call Me Clover, Grapefruit Grove, and Lovely Lipstick. So those 5 colors are going to be retiring. So if you have ink pads in any of these colors, I highly recommend purchasing your ink refills sooner rather than later, because every year cardstock or ink refills sells out in some colors. I mean, who knows what colors it'll be, but every year that happens. We also have Stampin' Right markers in these colors. We have Stampin' Blends markers in the lipstick, the Call Me Clover, and the Pineapple Punch. Those will all be gone. Thank you, Brenda. Brenda says June 2nd. We have ribbon in all these colors. This is our 1/8 inch grosgrain. All those ribbons will be gone. We have a little package of buttons. The buttons will be gone. And we have designer series paper in these colors. I don't have a whole lot of it left, but here we go. These will also be retiring. So just be aware, if you have these colors, if you need extra cardstock, if you need ink refills, if you're a cycle for coordinating products, we've got you covered. But I highly recommend getting them earlier rather than later, especially now with this kind of coronavirus thing going on. It may delay things coming in, and things just may be canceled. Who knows? So anyways, yes, in colors are leaving, and so get them while it's hot. And you know what, really honestly, right now during celebration is the best time to purchase them, because you're going to get free products stocking up for things that you're going to use anyway. So you might as well get them now. Kind of like with your Paper Pumpkin subscription. If you are a Paper Pumpkin fan, and I know a lot of you are, during celebration is the best time to purchase your prepaid subscriptions, because you earn free celebration rewards on 3, 6, and 12-month subscriptions. So right now is the best time to order your subscriptions and take advantage of the celebration rewards that go along with that. Now we did add a few more items at the beginning of this month to our celebration reward options. We added a couple of stamp sets, or 3 stamp sets, and 2 packs of designer series paper. And so be aware that you'll have those options to choose from when you place your orders, and you can place your orders with me anytime, 24/7 at shoppingwithbarb.com. And I would love to have your orders. I do offer free gifts with purchase, and I would be ever so grateful if you would order from me. So there you go. Okay, I think we're going to flip the camera because I don't have any more sympathy cards to show you guys. I don't have any more to share, which I guess is a good thing. And thank you all that sent me cards. I really appreciate that. Oh, in the description of this video, you can join my newsletter if you're interested in doing that. You can also join my team of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators right now and get all of your Stampin' Up! Purchases at a discount, which is always amazing. And then you get, of course, this amazing free little trimmer, the designer series paper package, and a stamp set of your choice. And I highly recommend choosing the most expensive stamp set in the catalog, which I think might be Well Said. That's my choice for you. Anyway, okay, let's get this camera flipped and we will get started with our fun projects. Okay, let's make sure we're kind of straight. I think there's about a 10 to 12 second delay. At least there was a little earlier when I was practicing on a different group that I used to practice with. And so that's always fun. So I also wanted to let you guys know the coordination product release items. We have 5 sets of dies and then the Please Just Punch designer series paper. The birthday dies are gone. So hopefully you weren't waiting to purchase them because they are now gone. Sorry. But we still have the Please Just Punch designer series paper, the Nature's Thoughts dies, Special Day dies. These 2 are both carrying over, I think, into the next catalog. The Ladybug dies that, of course, go with the Ladybug stamp set, and then the Sending Flowers dies. And now all these products, with the exception of these 2 die sets, will be leaving, watching from the Cook Islands. It's not going anywhere soon. Oh, Janet, I'm so sorry. Janet's been on a cruise for what seems like forever, Janet, but I think she's telling us that she's stuck somewhere now at, let's see, Rarotonga, the Cook Islands. Oh, well, hopefully this will be fun for you, Janet, because we're going to make some super fun things. Okay, so what was I saying? These 2 are carrying over. These 2, along with the paper, will no longer be available after the end of March, after celebration is over. So if you're interested in purchasing any of these, then you need to get them now. And of course, shoppingwithbarb.com is where you can place your orders. All right, so here are the items that you can choose for your free things right now, with the exception of the Golden Honey Specialty Designer Series paper, Metallic Baker's Twine Sequin Combo Pack, and the Kerchief Card Kit. So there are a lot of things. We have the Rise and Shine, Tags and Bloom, Power of Hope bundle are all level 2 items, along with the Small Bloom Punch and the Lady Pad dies, or Lady Pad. What's a Lady Pad? Lily Pad dies. And then we have these 6 stamp sets here. And then we have these 2 packs of paper, and the Lily Impressions paper are still available. So just so you know, so you're informed shoppers. Okay, so I'm going to do the box a little. I'm not going to do it first. I'm going to do a card first so we can maybe get more people to come on. So if you guys would help me by sharing the video, maybe more people can come and join with us and watch this. And just as an FYI, I'm thinking about taking my live to YouTube. Now, you could still totally watch me at the same time, but I just feel like I would perhaps get more viewers if I was on YouTube. So I may try that, may check it out, see what happens. But for now, we're on Facebook. So, oh, I wanted to show you a quick sneak peek of something that's coming up next month. This is the Ornate Garden suite of products that is available next month. We have a pack of designer series paper. These are all the pages. They're all double-sided, so I do have them flipped over so I could see them all at a glance. So here are your 6 or 12 different designs. Super pretty. Some of them have gold foil accents. Yes. Okay. So that's the paper. We have some fun label dies that are really cute that I'll show you a little bit more in depth maybe next week. We have some border dies that are super cute. here's a card that I created using some of those new dies. Here's another one. A little sneak peek. We've got 2 colors of ribbon, terracotta tile and old olive. And we've got some gilded gems. You can see one of the detailed pieces there. This is not that paper. This is the, what do you call that? The little noble peacock. And then we have an embossing folder also. So this is what that's going to look like. So that's super exciting. So that's coming out in April. All right, so we'll put that away. And what card do I want to do first? Let's do this one. Okay, so we are going to be using the Tags and Bloom stamp set. That coordinates with this punch, and I cannot remember if it's Label Me Lovely or Label Me Fancy. It's one or the other. Got some ink. Always got to have some ink. We've got a triple banner punch, which I'm going to go ahead and just triple banner punch this right now. I'm right-handed, so I need to work with my right hand. So this is a 2-inch by 5 1/4 inch piece of Blackberry Bliss. Where's my trash can? So I can get that out of the way. Because I've got a lot of things here. I've got a lot of stamps, for one, that we took out of the set that we're going to use on this card. So, yay. All right, so this is one of the stamps that you can earn for free right now with a $100 purchase in my store, shoppingwithbarb.com. If you order $100 worth of merchandise, then you can choose this stamp set for free. So I highly recommend getting the Label Me Lovely and Label Me Fancy, whichever is which, I can't remember, punches, because they coordinate with the stamp set. So that's a great way to spend your $100. Get some punches. Okay, we've got that done. I already went ahead and ran this through my die cutting machine with the Scripty folder. I hope you guys can see that. Sometimes Facebook connection isn't so great, but that's from the Scripty folder. And then I have my 8.5 by 5.5 inch mint macaron card base. Need a bone folder. Ooh, look at this bone folder. It has my name on it. My downline friend Kay gave this to me, so thank you, Kay, if you're watching. And then we're going to layer this 4 by 5 1/4. Like I said, this was 2 by 5 1/4, and we may need to trim that down. Yeah, actually, I think we're going to. It's a little bit long for what I want. So I'm going to bring in my little trimmer, and we're just going to chop off a chunk. That's better. We may go more later if I decide I don't like that, but that's what we're doing for the moment. Okay. Then I have a little piece here that measures 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And we're going to do a little stamping on this. So I've got some Memento black ink. Doesn't have to be Memento. I just like Memento, so I use it for everything except if I'm going to watercolor. Not Stampin' Blends coloring, but watercoloring, then I use StazOn. Okay, so I'm going to try to stamp this without making a mess. Right here on this paper. Like so. Let's just see what happens. Just use that on vellum and then goes up blah, 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 blah. Great and possible. Yeah, great idea, Valerie. There it is. Yay me. Okay. Then, while I have things out, and I want to show you guys a trick. You are going to love me and thank me so much for this trick. So, a lot of times when you have images, photopolymer images, they coordinate with dies or punches, right? And sometimes you'll stick them on your block, and then you'll go to your die cutting machine or something, and you wonder, why doesn't it line up? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because you don't stick it on right. So what I do is I pull it off my sheet, I throw it on my silicone mat, I let it sit there for a couple seconds to regain its natural shape, and then I put it on my block. That way it's the right shape to work for my dies and my punches. So there's a little tip for you. You're welcome. Okay. Oh, I forgot to announce the winner of my online class. The winner of the online class this week is Carol Yates. So Carol, email me, let me know which one of my $20 online classes you would like, and I will email it to you. Okay. So there's our tip. Like I said, you guys are welcome. I'm full of it. Tips, that is. Okay. So now that I've gotten that done, I'm going to ink it up in the mint macaron, and I'm going to stamp it right here at the bottom of a scrap of white. Oh, I'm going to need this. I'm going to leave it open, and let's just hope I don't get my fingers all over in it. And I've also got some Blackberry Bliss. And I've got one of the sentiments in the stamp set, and this says, wishing you the best. And we're going to stamp this hopefully right in the center of this little fun thing here. Yay, there it is. Okay, so now we'll bring in the punch. And we will line it up and punch it out. So that's going to go right in the middle of this, but first we need to color, quote unquote, the flowers, because the stamp set comes with all these little stamps here that color in the flowers for us, which is super amazing. So let's just do that. So we stamped it in black. We've got this little stamp here that is actually going to be the outer border of this flower, and then that little bud. And so I'm going to ink that up in the Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to stamp it off one time because it's a little, oops, that didn't work out right. It's a little dark. Okay, so without sticking my head in the camera, we're going to try to do this with my terrible eyeballs. It's not perfect, but I think it's okay. If I could stick my head in the camera, it would be a lot better. All right, so then we have the little leaf images here that go around these little guys here. Oh, this is terrible. I cannot see. Well, that one didn't work out too bad. Okay, and then we have these little leaves for the other side over here. See how that's going to work out for me. Come on. Ugh, could have been better. Okay, then for the little inside of this image here, I'm just going to use my Wink of Stella, and you can see that I'm pulling in a tiny bit of that color, and I'm just coloring that so it's a little bit shiny and glittery and colored. Okay, all right, so then my little sentiment piece I'm going to stick in the middle here. Oh, whoops. It stuck to my finger, not to the paper. Okay. And then we will just drop this right down inside the little area that it was made for. Isn't that fabulous? Am I done with this? I think so. I always get nervous when I have my ink pads laying open because, dang. I'm sure I'll watch it later too. Yay, Roseanne's watching. Oh, but it sounds like Roseanne will watch it later. Oh, she's going to watch both. Maybe that's what she means. Okay, so now we can just put this together. So this really is not a very difficult card. There was not a whole lot to it. You could crank a bunch of these out. You could just change the sentiments if you wanted to. There are a few different sentiments that come in the stamp set here. We've got the wishing you the best, sending hugs, I miss your face, happiness looks gorgeous on you. And then we've got the just for you that can work with the other punch. I guess I should like take my Sharpie and write on it because I literally cannot keep it straight. It is what it is. I don't need this anymore. It's just distracting, I think. Okay, so then before I actually glue this on, I want to see if I need to cut some more off. No, I think it's fine. All right, so let's just add a little glue to this little guy. And again, I want this kind of over to the side, sort of. So just eyeball it. And then we'll stick it down. Try to make it straight. Hello, Evelyn. Thank you for joining us. All right, I think I'm going to pop that up too. So let's go ahead and add a few dimensionals. Get off there. Okay, so maybe like that. And then I do have some ribbon. I have some of this mint macaron ribbon. This is the what's it called? Textile ribbon. Got a little chunk here. So let's just see if we can use it. I don't know if I can tie a bow or not. This is a pretty tiny bit. Ooh, she's going to be tough. And then if I do get it, it's going to be super small. Whoa. Whoa, did you see that? I actually did it, except I think it's going to be way too small. Go get pizza for Kim's birthday here in a bit. Oh, well, happy birthday to Kim. It's her husband's birthday. How exciting. Okay. I don't know. Is that... No, actually, that doesn't look like that's too bad. That's actually a decent size. Okay, so I think I'm just going to stick that right down there with the glue dot and call it good. So there, that worked out really well. I got to use a tiny, tiny little chunk of ribbon. And then I got to show off my hashtag skills at bow tying with a tiny little piece of ribbon. Okay, so how about that? I had some scissors to snip off the ends here because they look a little ratty. Oh my, I just cut that. Oh my gosh, you guys, when I tell you, you will come and you will laugh. I am not even kidding. I just literally cut this label. I cut it. Wow. Well, nobody will be able to tell, I don't think. So maybe I'm just going to leave it. Oh my gosh, I cracked myself up. Okay, so there's card number 1. I also wanted to show you guys. Dang. Now I'm laughing so hard at myself that I'm choking. Okay, let me get some of this stuff out of the way so I can show you. In case you aren't aware, Stampin' Up! Sells this really cool cleaning pad. It's the stamp cleaning pad, and it's designed for our photopolymer stamps. And it's designed for the ones that look like that are like really, really, they get stained because photopolymer, that's just the nature of photopolymer stamps. They get stained. So you can see how stained that is. So if you kind of tap, tap, tap it in this little pad, it will remove some of that ink. So check that out. The only thing is, after you clean it, you know, with the pad, you want to clean it off with water or something. But look at that, how much different that is, because it's the same. It was stained the same as this word stamp. So that does work pretty good. Now, it's not perfect. It's not going to, oh, somebody said put bling on there. Okay, Kathy, I'll get my bling out, no problem. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be clear again, but it definitely takes off a lot of the ink. So I highly recommend getting this pad, you guys. And when you do get it, don't rub really hard. Just kind of gently twist and tap is what I found works best. And then just really wipe it off on your chamois when you're done. And then it makes a world of difference. So remember, stamp cleaning pad, and it does come with a refill. Okay. Bling. Where's my bling? It is where? Here. Because, of course, I had it out for something else. All right, now where should I put the bling? Maybe around the flowers? Let's just see what we think here. Take your pick tool. Ooh, yes. Good call, Kathy. How about that? Gosh, you always want to go in 3, but do I want it down here or do I want it over here? How about like that? How's that? Is that good? Kathy, give me a thumbs up if you think that's good. Okay, so now we're going to move on. Oh, here's my inspiration card, you guys. This is a card I made for a swap, a few months ago. And when I was looking for something to make today, I saw this card and I went, hey, I can just copy that layout and make another card. So there you go. Copied myself. Okay, thanks, guys. Let me put this stuff away and then we will move on to our amazing box that I am just so stoked about. I can't believe it. I made it. I'm so excited. Okay. Whoops. Here is the trimmer. I need to move some of these items out of the way. Sorry, I just bumped the camera. I don't need those scissors. Okay, put that away. That goes in there. So we are going to be using the Welcome Easter stamp set, which is super cute. We're also going to be using some of these Hershey's mini peanut butter cups. So we're going to use those too. And in case you guys forgot or don't know what we're making, check it out. We're making this. I designed the box myself, which I'm super excited about because I don't I don't always come up with these great ideas, but look at that. Is that not the most adorable thing you've ever seen? Yeah, I know, it is. Okay, so first things first, we're going to use this. We need a piece of cardstock. Oh, here's my little templates that I was messing around with yesterday when I was trying to actually come up with the right sizes of everything. So, yeah. Okay, so I have a piece of lovely lipstick. I need my cheat sheet. Oh my, where is it? Oh, here it is. This measures 8 7/8 by 7, okay? So, with the short side at the top of your trimmer, after you've done it, you are going to score at 1, 2, 5, and 6. All right, so we're going to score. Whoops, get the cutting blade out of the way. We're scoring at 1, 2, 5, and one more, 6. Okay. Then you're going to flip it, and you're going to put the long side at the top of your trimmer, and you're going to score it at 1, 4, 5, and 8. Okay. 1, 4, 5, and 8. So here's 1. And then we're going to go 4.
What you're doing.
And then 5. And there's my husband again, like he came in last week, bothering me. He should know every Thursday night at this time, I am live on Facebook. Yet every Thursday night, he either hollers down to tell me he's home from work, or he wanders in here and says, what are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? I'm talking to myself? Ugh. Anyway, okay. So, and I'm going to put all these measurements on my blog tomorrow with the box again. So if you don't have time to write them down, don't worry about it. They will be back. Ooh, how many pairs of scissors do I need? All right. So, then what we're going to do is, let's see here. This is all the same. So it doesn't, the top to bottom is the same. So we have an inch here, 3, 3, and 1. So we are going to cut out, first of all, this little corner down here on both sides. Okay. So we will get rid of that. And then this little guy right here. So when I cut out my score lines, I'm just slightly cutting on the diagonal, just a tiny, tiny little bit. I need to bring my little template in so I don't forget what I'm doing here. Okay, so then we're going to cut in on this side here. And we're going to cut down all the way on the second. So we're getting rid of these 2 score lines over here on the side. Okay. We're going to come in, get rid of that, and then we're going to get rid of this. So we've got that. The scissors must have some glue on them because they are sticky. They seem to be. All right, so we're going to come over here. We're going to mimic that on the same on the other side. Okay. That, and then this little guy right here is also going to go. Okay, so this is what we have. Easy enough. Then we're going to make our little tabs. So we're going to come up from the bottom and we're going to cut into this little tiny spot right here. And you can see I'm taking out a tiny, tiny little triangle. And we're going to do the same thing on this little tab here. And then we're going to be able to assemble the box. Super, super simple. So that goes straight down, and then now I'm going to barely make a little triangle. Okay. Get all those bits out of the way. So this is what we have. Then I'm going to bring in our corner rounding. This is our, what's this called? The Delightful Tag Punch, or you'd think I would know this by now. I can't remember. Put a note for the husband. I know, geez Louise. Get it together. I mean, I've been doing Facebook Live for a while, and you would just think that he would, and I was even talking about it we were having lunch, and I was talking about that I was getting prepared for Facebook Live. Ugh, men. Their attention span is about 5 seconds. Okay, so you can see I folded those 2 tabs in on the side here, and then we're just going to, that way we can push this into the punch, and we can round off these tabs also, so when you open up the box it looks pretty. Oops, that didn't quite cut all the way off. There we go. Okay, so then we're going to fold these tabs in here. Silly men. Okay. And then we're going to slide that in. And this punch has little guides, in case you guys didn't see that, where the paper bumps up against. So you can't really put it in wrong. So that's going to look super nice when we get it all folded up. And we're going to fold up everything else now. And then we'll add some glue. And then we will make the little insert piece, which I was super excited about, because first of all, I threw the candies in there, but then they just flew all over the place, and I don't know. It didn't make me very happy. So I decided I wanted to make a little tray. And so I did. Okay, everything is now measured. So now we need some glue. What do I do with my glue? So it's so easy to put this box together. All you're going to do is you're going to fold these little tiny tabs in here, and you're going to put glue on them. Okay, that's all there is to it. So you don't have to worry about sticking glue here, there, front side, back side. It's all right here. And I like to use liquid glue. You can use tear and tape. I don't recommend snail, and I don't even recommend glue dots. I haven't had much luck with either one of those things. So, oh, I got a little glue right there. All right, so we're just going to fold it up. And then we'll fold up the front. Get that. Oops. I can't see that great. Maybe I should put some glasses on. I suppose that would be helpful. Probably. But I can't see up close when I put my glasses on. So I just constantly run around here all the time, you know, glasses on, glasses off, glasses on, glasses off. Hello, Sandy. Yes, please share the video so everybody can learn how to make this adorable box. And then just, whoops. Sometimes if your tab doesn't go in, and I've had this happen with some of the prototypes that I was working on yesterday, just slightly trim off a little tiny bit, okay? Make that just a tiny bit less wide, because when you're putting things together, there's always room for a little bit of that. So then what you want to do with your box is, I've got a 1-inch circle punch here. I'm just going to put it all the way in, center it, and snip it off, so I end up having like a little thumb hole there. Okay. All right, so the box is done. Not hard at all. Just a few cuts, some scores, and a little bit of glue. All right. So then this is our little tray, our inside piece, and this measures 2 3/4 square. Is that right? It's a lie. It's 3 3/4 square. That didn't sound right to me at all. 3 3/4 square, and we're going to score it at 7/16 on all 4 sides. So I'm going to use this side of my trimmer because I have measurements over to 1.5. So 7/16 is the tiny little line right before the 1/2 inch mark right there. Okay. And so we're going to do that on all 4 sides. And finally, right there. Okay. Get my trimmer out of the way. And then for this little piece here, we are going to just snip out the corners. Again, super simple. Nothing to it. I need a different pair of scissors. These tips are not working so good. Okay. Then what you want to do is you want to make yourself a little template. So the center of this thing measures, what is it, 2 3/4 inch square. Let me grab a ruler. I think it is. Yeah, the whole thing. So yeah, so the insides, well, it's a little larger. It's about 2 15, 16, it's 2 7/8. It's about 2 7/8. Anyways, this piece here I think is 2 3/4. Yeah, so this is 2 3/4 square. So I took my 1-inch circle punch, wherever you are, 1-inch circle punch. Oh, it's right here in front of my face. And I punched out 4 circles from another color, and then I glued them to this piece here. So this is going to end up being my template. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to punch all these out. And they line right up in there. And there we go. And the last one. Okay. So then all we have to do is lay our template on here. And you can add a tiny bit of glue if you want. And I recommend doing it like right between these two things. Oops, where's my glue? This thing does not want to work. Okay, so I have a tiny bit of glue there. And I don't want it super sticky, so I'm getting some of the sticky off of it with my finger. And then I'm going to center this as best I can. And of course, you know, it's not all going to be perfect because we're humans and we're not perfect. Then we're going to do this. And then you just keep this. Just keep this little piece here and you'll never have to make another one. And then you can just punch these out. And that's where our little candies are going to sit. Okay, and then we'll just gently remove that. And we'll fold this up. So stinking cute. And of course, once you make one, you know, then making the rest of them is very simple. And then it just simply fits right in there, just like that. Then you can get some candy. I gotta hide what I did to him though, so I can show you. And you can take a little stamp from the set. This little tiny trio of flowers here is what I'm working with. And I stamped it in lovely lipstick right here. And then all I'm going to do is just color it really quickly with some blends or whatever you have. And these flower petals are so tiny that I am just tapping the ink onto them. I'm not like coloring. I'm just dotting the color on so that I don't want to go outside the lines. Although I'm blind, I don't have my reading glasses on, so I may be going outside the lines, but I don't want to. And then I've got the pineapple punch. So both of these are retiring, remember? Okay, and then we'll punch that out with a 1-inch circle. Then I've got a 1 1/8 inch scallop circle. And you can see I've been doing this. And I purposely punched in the center of this so that I could still use this as a layer. I could put a piece of cardstock over this and you wouldn't even see the hole. So I didn't even have to waste any cardstock at all to do this. More tips. So then just add a little bit of glue to the center of that. Put your little stamped circle on. Grab a dimensional. Come off there. Put it on the back. And then add it to the top of your little Reese's peanut butter thing. And then you can just plop them. So cute! Just like that. Okay. So the box is done. All you gotta do now is decorate it, which is the easy and the fun part. So we're gonna bring in the adorable little bunny rabbit from the Welcome Easter stamp set. And I'm going to ink him up in some basic gray. Stamp him right down here at the bottom of my paper, which I'm going to measure it because I can't remember, but I think it's 2 3/4. Oh no, it's 2 5/8. I'm a liar. 2 5/8. And then I have the happy birthday sentiment or happy birthday, good grief, happy Easter. But the thing about this is you could totally use it for any holiday. They make these Reese's peanut butter cups in so many colors now, you know, depending on the season. And sometimes you can even just go to, I've seen them at Walmart where you can just buy bags of certain colors, like school colors or something. Super fun. Okay, so we are going, whoops, wrong end. I'm going to color in his or her, I guess it's a her because she's going to have a cute little flower on her ear. So I'm going to color her little ears in with my lovely lipstick light blend. And her cute little nose, so cute. I also have a light smoky slate that I'm just going to do a little tiny bit of accenting. The whiskers, the little chest spot here, maybe the feet, this little curly Q on top of the head, so stinking cute. Then I've got some Pear Pizzazz ink, and there's also a tiny little grass piece in this stamp set, which is so cute. I need a scrap here because I'm going to maybe stamp off this a little bit when I'm putting my grass on. I also cut a mask yesterday. So I've got a tiny little, or not a tiny little, but a little mask here because I don't want the grass to get on my bunny. So I'm just going to put a mask here. There we go. So that when I'm stamping the grass, it's not going to be on the bunny, but the bunny will be sitting in the grass, which bunnies do. Because I have lots of bunnies around my house, and they're always sitting in the grass. So then, to kind of make this look really, I guess a little bit more realistic, I guess, for lack of a better word, I'm going to open that up again. I'm going to use a sponge dauber and some of this Pear Pizzazz ink. So I'm inking it up and I'm taking some of it off because it's always too dark. You can always add more ink, but it's very difficult to take it off. So I try not to have to take it off. So I'm just like rubbing this around where I stamped the grass. And then when I remove my mask, my little bunny friend, ooh, I have some glue on here, don't take off space. Then he's actually sitting in the grass, which is super fun because he's super cute. Then I'm going to do the same thing at the top, but with Pool Party. So maybe a tiny bit of sky. So we'll just rub a little bit of Pool Party across the top there. And maybe just slightly down the edge. Not too much, but just enough so that it looks like, you know, it's an actual scene. Debbie says she loves this box. Oh my gosh, Debbie, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so proud of myself. I actually designed the whole thing myself, so yay me. Okay, then, so this was 2 5/8, so this is 2 3/4. And we're going to glue those together. So there's just a tiny little border of the pineapple punch. Not much at all, but enough that the white, you know, the white layer really pops. Okay, then we're going to add it to the top of the box because it fits perfectly on there. Could actually even be a little bit bigger if you wanted it to, but I wanted it to be a little smaller than the edges. Okay, so then you can open up the box and press that into place. Then you'll see I have a tiny little flower here. And I do need to get some reading glasses out because I'm going to cut this. And yeah, so we're just going to fussy cut this hopefully super quickly. I should have done it before, but maybe you guys can see how quickly I can fussy cut. And I've said this before, but when I'm fussy cutting, I am only opening and closing the blade with my right hand. My right hand is not moving. My left hand is guiding the paper around. And I find that is a really, really easy way to fussy cut stuff. So if you don't do it like this, try it. And I know sometimes people hate fussy cutting things, but sometimes you've just got to because it's just necessary. It's a necessary evil sometimes. Okay. Then we're going to take a glue dot. I just dropped it. And then we're going to stick that right up there. Oh my gosh. So stinking cute. Then you guys are going to have to tell me what you think. Pink rhinestone in the middle of the flower or clear rhinestone? So I want you to say in the comments pink or clear while I do a little cleaning here. Pink or clear? What do you think is going to look better? I don't know what I think. I tried it yesterday when I was making the box and I couldn't decide. I really liked them both. So I went with the clear yesterday. So maybe I should just go with the pink today. We'll see. Dang, what a mess. Debbie says pink. Jennifer says pink. Valerie says pink. I'm thinking it's going to be pink, you guys. Oh, Chris says clear. Teresa says pink. Karen says pink. Pink, says Susan. All right, you guys, you've convinced me. We're going pink. All right, so these are the Noble Peacock rhinestones. Jerry says pink. And we've got the small one here. I already used all my super small ones, but I think it'll still work. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, yes. So cute. Nina says pink. Pam says clear. Well, here are the differences. So here's the pink and here's the clear. I think they're both super cute. But I kind of wanted to use the pink, so thanks, guys. Now, I did wrap a ribbon around this. This part wasn't super easy. I'm not going to lie. So if you're not a fan of tying ribbon around things and having them be nice and tight, I might recommend just leaving the box as is. So I'll try to do it because I had to do it. I had to like hold it against my chest in order to do it. And you can't see my chest while we're doing this, nor would you want to, I'm sure. So we'll try to do it just by having it lay flat on the table. We'll see how it works. All right, so we want to make sure we have a decent amount to work with. So I don't even know how long this is, but I went all the way around the box. And then we came up, I don't even know how long that is, 6 inches maybe off the top of the box. Okay, so you want to make sure it's flat, of course, on the bottom down there. And then you want to make sure these two ends are the same length to start with. Oh my goodness. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn it around because I remember yesterday I did it. So I've got the design on the box facing me. And I think my bow is going to lay a little nicer the way I want it to by having the little friend face me. So, see, my biggest problem is making sure that it stays tight while you're trying to tie a bow. That's what's hard. Tying a bow is not a hard thing, but trying to keep it nice and tight while you're doing it is the hard part. Oh, and I already think I let go of it. Oh, maybe I didn't. That wasn't terrible, but it's not a super nice bow. Oh, I'm trying to grab onto the loops to make it tight, but the ribbon is so thin that it's difficult. Okay, well, that wasn't as horrible as I thought it was going to be, so now I'm using my chest to move this around a tiny little bit because I want the knot, of course, in the front. So then we'll just trim those off, and there it is. So that wasn't as bad as I thought, so yay. All right, you guys, I've got one more quick project to show you. I wasn't sure if we were going to have time because I didn't know how long that was going to take. But it actually didn't take too long. And I think, you know, if you streamline the process a little bit, you know, and you could make a bunch in not too long of time. All right, so here's a blue one I made, and I'm actually thinking I'm going to give this to a friend of mine for a baby shower that I need to go to here in a couple of weeks. So this could totally be for a little boy, and you know, like I said, right now with Easter, you can get colored, the colored foils, so that's really cute. I was in Billings, Montana here a few weeks ago, and they have a store called Winco up there, and I think if any of you guys are from Idaho, you may be familiar with Winco, but they sell stuff in bulk. And so they had just like a big, huge bulk container full of these peanut butter cups. So I just carefully picked out, you know, like 10 of each color because I knew I'd want to do something with them, but I wasn't sure exactly what. So anyways, if you guys have a Winco or a store that's similar to that, go in there and get yourself some Easter candy and make some fun things. Okay. Oh, I hate to even move those out of the way, but they're super. Oh, and can I just show you? I had a little matching card. These were on my blog today. I was in a blog hop, and so if you want to see still shots of both of these are on my blog, barbstamps.com. But I will use the glue dot to hold the knot tight in place where you tie the bow. Oh, Kathy, that's brilliant. Did you guys all see that, what Kathy said? When you're starting to tie the bow, put a glue dot under that, and that will keep it tight. So I'm going to check that out the next time I have to do something like that. So I have a card, and this actually uses that folder that I showed you at the very, very beginning of my live that's going to be available next month. So, yeah, so these are on my blog today, but I'll have the dimensions and the scoring and everything for the box on my blog tomorrow. Okay, so next project, we are going to use some soft seafoam cardstock. I have 3 stitched squares And then I have 3 butterflies cropped out of our new Vellum. That's part of the celebration right now. The So Very Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper. I tried to leave a comment on your blog, but it wouldn't let me. I tried 4 times. Oh, Roberta, I'm sorry. I'll have to check that out. So it's Pool Party, Purple Posy, and Soft Seafoam. So we've got all 3 of those colors here for this project. Like I said, I've got 3 of these stitched squares, and they come from the, oh, I took them out. It's the Stitched Shapes dies, and there are squares, circles, and ovals. We've had them in the catalog for quite a while. In fact, I think the number is 145372, if I remember correctly. So we'll just have to see. So I'm going to use these Nature's Thoughts dies. They are part of the Celebration Coordination product stuff we have going out. They will be available in the next catalog, and they coordinate right now. I don't know if this stamp set's going to be in the catalog or not. I'm assuming so, but I don't know for sure. So they coordinate with this stamp set. So we have a die for this little group of leaves. We have a die for the butterfly, a die for the leaf, or excuse me, feather, a die for the flower. We have a really cool rectangle die here that does some really fancy work on the edges. We've got this fun little border piece, this little flower, another little butterfly, just a lot of fun things in here. So what I've done is I've just cropped out 3 of the butterflies using the Vellum. And put this away so I don't end up losing the die since it's out here by its little lonesome. And we've got some black ink, and I've got the butterfly image, and I am just going to take my memento here, and I'm going to stamp my butterfly image on each of these little squares. Whoops, I need something dark underneath it. I always find it's easier for me to see if I have something darker. That's not dark enough. That's like basically the same color. It's so light. We're going to go with a scrap of this chocolate chip here. It's retired, but I have a drawer full of old stuff. Okay, so there's one. And that one I just stamped like straight on. Now this one I'm going to stamp at a little bit of an angle. Okay, and this one I'll stamp at a little bit of an angle, having it face the opposite direction a little bit. Okay, don't need that anymore. You can put the stamp aside. I also have a sentiment from the stamp set that reads, I can't remember, friends like you mean more every year. I'm going to stamp this down here at the bottom of my piece of, this is my layer. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. This is 4 by 5.25. And I'm going to stamp it. Ugh. Being blind is really a problem. I'm going to put the bottom of this part of the card on a dark piece of cardstock. Ooh, did I stamp on anything that I need? Good grief, I hope not. Butterfingers. Okay, now I can see the edges of the cardstock. So we're going to try to stamp it. Hopefully it's straight. Yay, okay. So that worked out. But now I lost my green butterfly. Oh, for crying out loud. How does that happen? I literally just had it. It has to be here. Do you guys see it and I just don't see it? That's my ribbon. Here's my 2 pieces of cardstock. Here's my ink that I'm going to close because I just got all over my finger. And now I seriously don't see. Oh, it's right here. Wow. Okay. That was close. All right. So, got our 3 butterflies. But we've got some glue dots. I find that normally vellum, you can see through vellum. You can see when you put glue on vellum. But I found that with these particular vellums, I'm searching for something. Can you tell I'm making a lot of noise? Just because it has patterns in it. So it doesn't show up as much. And actually, I'm not using a glue dot. I'm going to use some snail. So I'm going to put a little bit of snail right here in the middle. On the back side, the side that's not raised. Nice snail. So that's the raised side. Let's go on the back here. Okay, and so the green we're going to set on top of the middle butterfly. Okay, and then the other 2 doesn't make any difference. one on one side and one on the other. Okay, and then the purple posy, we'll put on this one here. I just thought, what did I do? Oh, I got it upside down. Like, I know I put the adhesive on the right side. Yeah, I did. I just didn't know what I was doing. Okay, so we're going to glue this, or not yet. I have to remember what I'm doing because sometimes I forget. It's a problem. All right, so I have some black ribbon here. This is our, what is this? A glittered organdy ribbon, because I thought, oh, I have a chunk on there, but that's not what I want. I need, that's not long enough. Where is the end of this ribbon? Seriously. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I'm going to put this ribbon, I got to figure out where I want it. So I'm going to put it below. So that is going to work. And I'm going to flip it to the back, add some Scotch tape, and then trim it off, and try to make it even. You know how that is when you're blind and you can't see. Who is banging on my house? Maybe it's my son. Maybe he's upstairs in his room being obnoxious. Okay, so now we're going to turn all these over. I want to make sure that they're facing the right way, and I'm going to use some mini dimensionals, and I'm going to, because I want to straddle the ribbon. Why? I don't know. I just have this obsession with straddling ribbon. I don't know what it is. I just find that things lay nicer if the dimensionals aren't on top of the ribbon. Okay, so that's just a personal problem of mine. All right, we're going to press those down. Ginny loves the ribbon. So do I. It's very pretty. That's just, this is going to be just a very subtle amount of bling because most of the ribbon is going to be covered up by these little pieces here. Okay, so here's the green one. So we're going to try to go, actually we're not. We're going to do the end ones first. So these need to go pretty much to the end. Like there's maybe what, 1/8 of an inch there. And then we have 1/8 of an inch over here. And yeah, my people, my men must be outside. My son must be home. And they must be outside doing something on the side of the house, which is irritating me. Okay. Oh, that's not super straight. Maybe we'll get lucky and we can lift it up. Come on. You know you want to. Okay, I just heard the paper tear. So I'm going to add a tiny bit of snail. There. And then I'll just put my dimensional right there. Okay, so it's a very subtle glitter there, but I think it still looks good. Okay, where's my liquid glue? I don't know, so I guess we will go with dimensionals on this too, because I don't know as though the ribbon will stay, you know, it's a little tiny bit raised. There. All right, so we'll add the ribbon, or I mean the layer with the ribbon on it. And then I've got a couple cards to show you. I need to use, I thought I used my bone folder, but that doesn't seem very flat. Okay, what's that? All right, let's see if I can center this. The struggle is real. There. Okay, so isn't that pretty? Look at this. I made this one last week, just sitting. I was going to do this on Facebook Live last week, and then some other things came up, and I did something else. So I thought, well, why don't we do it this week, but let's do the opposite. So we had, you know, the purple one in the middle here for the purple posy, and then I've got the green here. And this was our black satin ribbon, and so I chose the glitter ribbon this time. I used the same stamp set. The sentiments are in the stamp set. So yeah, super pretty. Here's another card with that, using that vellum. So this is the poppies dies, and so the large poppy die was cropped out of the vellum, so were the leaves, and then the overlay was cropped out of Highland Heather. So I just thought that was super pretty. That's where I actually got my color combination to do these cards, was from this card I got in a swap. So yay. Let me pull in our projects from today, guys. And as always, I welcome your orders at shoppingwithbarb.com. If you would care to order from me, I would be very, very grateful. You can use my host code here. It always helps me out when you order from me. And here's another card. Here are our super cute bunny boxes. So remember, guys, tomorrow on my blog, barbstamps.com, I'll have pictures of this again, but I'll have all the dimensions and how to make it with some more photos and whatnot. So be sure to check out my blog sometime tomorrow, probably in the morning. I should be able to get a lot of it done tonight, and then I'll finish it up in the morning if I don't get it done tonight. So I'll be back next week, live again, same time, same place, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I look forward to stepping with you guys next week. So have a great night. Bye-bye.